Hi, I'm Becky, one of the floral consultants here at FiftyFlowers, and today we are going to be making a bridal bouquet together. We are going to be working with our product, Butter Yellow. Butter Yellow comes with a centerpiece line, a DIY kit, and a bouquet bar. The centerpieces are great. They come in 4 different sizes. We are going to be doing a bridal bouquet using our large centerpiece. So this came just as we see it a couple days ago. When it arrived, I gave it a fresh cut. I've left it in this vase since then, and each day I've been changing out my water and giving it a fresh cut. It does come with a rubber band around it here, and I advise that you do leave that on just because it helps keep your stems in place while you're working on it. So what we're going to do is start by just going through and kind of positioning some of our stems. I want maybe this ranunculus to come up, this rose to come up a little bit more. And overall, I like that shape there. I've got a bucket here of flowers that I want to add to my bouquet. So it is important to have these in water as you're working. Clean up your stems, have them ready to go for your bouquet in your bucket here. That way you can just pull right from there. I want to add some of these beautiful butter yellow carnations. What I'm doing is actually putting this carnation at an angle. That's going to keep your stem from breaking. When I'm designing, I actually like to group my flowers. We're going to turn him. And I've got a little spot right there that I want. I'm still going at that angle and adding him there. And now this beautiful butterfly ranunculus. And one trick that is really helpful is to do your bouquet and then go look in a mirror. So the last flower that I'm adding in is going to be our showstopper. I usually, when I'm making a bridal bouquet, try to have like a few premium flowers. This is the oncidium orchid. They're so fun. Another name for this orchid is called the dancing lady. She's got feathers on her head. You can see her head, her body, her skirts flaring out there. It's so fun. They do have like some little laterals down here, which I can tell are gonna get in my way. So what I normally recommend is just go ahead and cut those off. Again, just adding things at an angle. Turning my bouquet. So I have everything in place. What I'm going to do now is tape these stems together. So I'm just using white waterproof tape. Notice I cut little strips off beforehand. It's important to do that too, just so that you're not struggling after the fact. So I'm gonna go around with 2 pieces here. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut off my stems. So one thing to keep in mind, I usually will make my bouquets on a Thursday for a Saturday wedding. At this point, I will give it a fresh cut. But I do go ahead and I put it in a vase. I prefer a 6x6 cylinder for my bridal bouquets. I've got already in my pitcher here, water, flower, food. So I will at this point just leave this like this until Saturday. We'll continue to change my water out. Okay, it's wedding day. And at this point now we are going to go ahead and wrap it. We're going to go through, inspect everything, make sure we still like where everything is positioned, because remember, some of your flowers are still going to continue to bloom over the next couple of days. So let's go ahead and wrap this. I think the yellow is kind of fun, right? Okay, we're gonna go with it. So just wrapping up. Okay, so now I'm going to use my ribbon scissors. What I do, go around, make a loop here with my thumb, and then pull that through, and then tighten it that way. And then I just cut it right there. push that in with my corsage pin, pointing it upward. Just like that, and that'll hold that. And I'll usually do a few. I'm gonna cut this even shorter now. This is completely personal preference. I prefer to have my stems cut on the shorter side, and the reason is when the bride is coming down the aisle, if her stems are really long, it's going to force her to hold her bouquet like this. But this is the prettiest part of the bouquet, right? So if her stems are shorter, then she can actually rest her hands when she's coming down the aisle. You can see the front of the bouquet.